So what I want to demonstrate for you guys is two different mug bodies using the same size ball of clay. And then I have a couple examples that I can put handles on as well, so we can do a full review of mugs for you guys. The first one I want to do is a piece inspired by bamboo. A fellow potter friend of mine, Japanese potter, Harami, makes these bamboo style vases. So I thought maybe we try bamboo inspired mug. So when you center a piece of clay, it's always important to think about reflecting the end form and proportion and the way you center. And by that I mean this is going to be a wide, low peak mug. So I'm going to make a centered mass, wide and low. So you want to have a pretty shallow floor because we're going to be drinking from it. We don't want it to be too heavy, or especially bottom heavy. It makes it awkward to use. So got a nice thin flat floor there. And when you draw up, just like with any cylinder, bring it up and taper it in slightly to keep control of the clay. Even at the end of the first pull, I like to give the lip a little bit of attention. We're drinking from it. And I like to point the edge to the outside, so I just use my fingers like that to point it to the outside edge there. And then when I draw up, this time I can let it straighten up a little bit. I've been finding that I'm using more pressure from the inside to really control the thinness of the clay, especially down at the base. That's been really helpful personally for me, and hopefully you could try it. Once you get the clay up to the basic form, I might come through once again, not so much to thin it, but just to shape it a little bit. Straighten it up just a little more. And then before I do any of the embellishing, I'll take just a little bit of clay away from the base. Clay that I can't really get to with my fingertips easily. And then coming in with this rib, there's a small curved tip and there's a larger. I'm going to use a small one here. And then just kind of with the same coordination you use when you're pulling, I use that for shaping. So I'm just applying a little pressure from the inside, giving it a little concave there, there, and there. The last couple things I'll do is, again, kind of finish off that lip, get it to look right, and then undercut, slight undercut. I think all pots need a little bit of an undercut. Gives them a little sense of finished quality. Okay, so we've got a bamboo mug, wide and lower compared to the next one. And then the next one's inspired by, does anybody know what an Irish coffee mug is? It's a taller, narrower, kind of curvy mug with a handle on it. Again, I'm going to center this to reflect the end quality of the piece. So I'll center this a little bit taller and narrower. So you're thinking about the end qualities of the piece right from the beginning. And then here, the difference on this one big time is the opening. There's probably maybe an inch or a little bit more opening, that's it. It's a thin floor, thin and smooth floor there. And then try to draw the clay up so it's not opening up on me right away. So I want to kind of taper it if I can. And again, giving that lip a little attention, even at the first pull. If you're using a triangular sponge, you use the thinner end of it. There's a little bit more control. And then I'm drawing up. I'm going to allow the piece to open up just a little, bite in, push out from the inside, and kind of let it open just gradually. I'm not really hinting at the final form yet, I'm just kind of setting it up. And then now I can come through and give it some of the curves that the piece is going to have in the end. So I'll bite in here, do kind of a concave curve slightly here, and then here I'm going to just use my finger, push out over my outside finger, and then come in and create just a little bit of a hip there. And then allow this top section to open up. And I'm close to the form, but I found lately I've been using collaring to shape a little bit. So just add a little water here. I'll give this just a little bit more of a lift here at the belly, and then come back in and just slightly refine that form. To finish it off, I'll give it a little bit of an undercut. And then again, come in with this rib. small round section. Apply pressure, and then just kind of pick up the curve of that rib as I come up to that belly. Once I've done that, I'll come in with this pointed section of the rib here, and keep the rib basically steady, and run my finger from the inside up it to refine the top section. You can look at it from the side, decide if you like the profile, maybe soften this edge a little bit, and you've got a completed Irish coffee mug. Next thing I want to do is just talk a little bit about how handles relate to these forms.